After a long roam with no fights, I saw a guy in local. He seemed to be warping behind me. He also seemed to be quite slow, so apparently he wasn't flying a small ship, right? I decided to stop at the gate and have a look. Ooh, we found a Dominix! Awesome! The first try, I failed to lock him in time. So the hunt continued. One gate later, I uncloak and I get my tackle on him. He wasn't shooting me, so I knew that it would be a race against the clock if he didn't fire back. He was approaching the gate, slow but steady. And I was trying to get in front of him to eventually be able to bump him just a little bit. Even though I didn't have an AB or a micro warp drive, because that would help you bump someone even more. But then it happened. He fired back. Don't ask me why, but I'll take it. Now all I needed to do was to keep shooting and not thinking about anything else. The Dominix went down, and I had a little talk with the guy flying the Dominix, and he said that he wasn't really sure whether to engage or not. But he chose the first, and he took the loss as a champ. Good fight, sir! Or, well, it would have been a better fight if he had shot back from the beginning, right? But it's a win, I'll take it. I continue my roam. And I mean, it's so hard to find content these days. It is really hard. I look at the map all the time to see where ships have exploded in the last hour, because that could give a pretty good indication on where you should go to find people to shoot. So then I stumble across two dudes gate camping. A Thorax Interdictor and an APOC. They wanted me dead, and I happily engaged them. I messed up my newts here at the start, since I did put them on the APOC. I focused my missiles on the Thorax once I had him tackled. After some hits and a few drains, he stopped shooting and decided to opt out and jump through the gate. Aww. The APOC was next, so everything on him. I do have a lot of cap, and I don't need to use my cap for my guns, like the APOC does. We both are draining with newts, though he is using a NOS as well. This fight comes down to the cap, and how well you can micromanage your tank to conserve cap. As the fight goes on, I have a good feeling about this, but then it happens. He warps off, and I'm like, no, come on dude. So apparently he was stabbed. I gotta admit that I felt a bit cheated here. Things like this make me sad. But he blamed that the battery on his phone was dying. Alright. Okay, never mind. Oh well, I'll take this fight as a win. Do you agree with me? Was this a win? Leave a comment. Continuing my roam, I kinda got a feeling that something was going to happen. I was followed by a pod for a few jumps. And then came a Talos. Wonderful! Finally a fight. Talos was eager to engage, and he did pretty good damage, I'll give him that, considering I didn't turn my tank on in time. Only to make him think that he was going to get me. Have you ever heard of tank baiting? It's about making the other pilot think that you can't tank his damage, just to make him stay and finish you off. But since the Talos I'm facing is faster than me, he could probably slow boat away from me if he wanted to, and if he has enough tank. But don't do it like I did. I was in the middle of cooking food while I was roaming, and trying to PvP while cooking dinner is not the best idea, alright? Trust me. So I did not really turn my tank on in time, but once everything was active, my tank was holding. And everything was good up until the Maelstrom arrived. And yeah, that's when I knew I was done. The Talos didn't go down due to the fact that they brought a Brutix logistic to the fight. I can't really out DPS that in my Typhoon now, can I? No. There is always something different you can do in a fight. I mean, let's just say that I would have fully tanked the Talos from the start. Things might have looked a bit different, but in the long run I still would have died, and the Talos would still be alive, I'm pretty sure. I could have tried to make a run for the gate, but that's not how I play, right? Half the fun is getting blown up as well. And as you know, the ships I fly are meant to get blown up somewhere during my roams. That's just how it is. I'm Babsy, And if you enjoyed this video, feel absolutely free to leave a like. And if you are new here, you can also consider subscribing, because that helps me out and you will get the notification when I release a new video. You guys have an awesome day, night or evening, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Goodbye!